The UMG-40 is one of the weapons that lacks power stats in Battlefield 6. It is slow, TDK is extremely bad, and everything about it says very bad gun overall. But it can actually perform if you use it in the right way and play to its strengths. And in today's video we'll talk about everything to understand this gun and how to make it work. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Everything starts with the basics. The UMG has 25 flat damage and 635 RPM rate of fire, which is the lowest among all SMGs. It has a common for SMG 167 ADS transfer speed, a stunted headshot multiplier of 1.34, a 30 bullet mag, and a 2.5 second reload time. As you can see, this gun really lacks raw power stats, and to balance it out, DICE made the UMG one of the most precise and easy to control weapons in Battlefield 6. This gun is insanely stable, you can easily use it at any range. And yeah, this is still an SMG, but it has very decent damage profile. Actually the same as QBZ-192 and GRT-BC carbine. So let's move on to the damage profile. The UMG has common for SMG class 5 damage zones with damage fall-off points at 9.5, 21, 36 and 75 meters. To the body we deal 25, 21.5, 17.7, 16.8 and 14.3 damage at the respective ranges. It has a standard headshot and hollow point ammo multipliers of 1.34 and 1.5. More importantly, we have access to synthetic ammo with a damage multiplier of 1.75. That damage profile means we need 4 to 7 shots to the body to kill our target, without STK fall-off between zones 3 and 4. For a headshot it cuts the needed shots to kill by 1 at all ranges. Hollow point ammo improves STK past 21 meters compared to a normal headshot. And synthetic ammo makes our STK actually insane, with 3 shots needed to kill up to 21 meters and 4 shots past that. That leads us to the time to kill parameters for multiplayer. It takes an insanely slow 286 milliseconds to kill in the first zone. I'd say it is one of the weapons that benefits the most from synthetic ammo, and to be fair, the UMG is not an attachment-hungry weapon, so we can easily fit this ammo type. Of course it is useful only if you can hit those heads and not miss your shots. If you wanna get more information about the worth of using hollow point and synthetic ammo, I've got a video for you. The link is in the top right corner and in the description down below. If you compare the UMG to other weapons in the SMG class, it takes 8th place. But again, raw power stats are not the main strength of the UMG, we knew that in advance. Its main strengths are its stability, accuracy at all ranges, and ability to secure those headshots with synthetic ammo. So we are moving on to the Bloom and Recoil section. In case you need specific information about how attachments work, I've got an ultimate attachment guide for you. We won't discuss every single attachment in this guide. The link is in the top right corner and the description down below. Here is the result for the Bloom area test, 1500 shots made in ADS at a 20 meter range. The green area is where most of the bullets are landing, and the red area is for bullets that are outside of typical behavior. The yellow zones are examples of single mag patterns. The UMG's recoil is very easy to control even without any recoil reduction attachments such as grips. I personally prefer using the slim angle grip in my builds for its benefits. The main direction of recoil is 15 degrees to the right. If you wanna go for recoil reduction attachments, we can shrink the base area to this size. But again, I believe the UMG doesn't really need anything in terms of recoil control. It already is very easy to use. Talking about hipfire, here's the test for the hipfire area at a 10 meter range. Like every SMG, we can build the UMG for a pure hipfire build, but you should consider that carefully due to its very slow base TDK. If you use every single attachment for hipfire accuracy, we can shrink the area to this size. Last but not least, the UMG has access to a hand stop, so we can make a run gun builds too. Moving on to the playstyle section. The UMG is a very stable and easy to use gun. But I'd not say it's a very versatile one. Of course it can fit any playstyle or pace you want, but I'd say it favors more patient and defensive playstyles. And yeah, our main flaw is slow TTK, which can be negated by precise headshots with synthetic ammo. If you are accurate enough, this bad boy can be a monster. The optimal range is basically up to 100 meters, and to be fair, you can delete targets at even longer ranges. The only thing that can interfere is muzzle velocity. At longer ranges it becomes harder to hit moving targets. As we discussed earlier, recoil is almost non-existent. In addition to that, the bloom cone is very small. I don't recommend using any specific recoil reduction attachments such as classic vertical grip. This gun is already stable enough. But consider using violet laser if you wanna play mid to long ranges with it. Leveling with this gun is very easy, you won't notice any problems at all. You don't need any specific level to make it work, it is ready right from level 0. An insanely newbie friendly weapon, and if you play defensively or out of cover, a very strong one. Let's move on to the builds section. And let's start with my main build for the UMG, the Headshot Hunter. This build favors close to mid-range battles with an aggressive playstyle. The sight? Take what you want. Next we need a standard suppressor, a heavy extended barrel, a slim angled grip, synthetic ammo, and a 30 bullet fast mag. If you wanna add some recoil control, simply switch the standard suppressor for a flash compensator. I love playing with this version, and it worked very well for me. With this build, you should forget about hipfire in anything, and stick to an ADS only playstyle. If you have at least 18% headshot accuracy, it becomes a close to mid-range monster. Actually, you'll have enough stability to take fights at up to 75 meter ranges with ease. As for the playstyle, it loves aggressive, but not hyper-pushing gameplay. It is still a UMG with its horrible decay to the body in close quarters, so you should keep that in mind and be a bit more careful. And it fits patient playstyles too. You can play out of cover and specifically hunt for heads. As with every single synthetic ammo build, the more skilled you are, the better it will perform. The second build is CQB. Yep, this one is oriented to make the UMG more potent in close quarter battles. And as this is a UMG, you'll keep your stability for mid-range too. For the side section, take what you want. Next we take a flash hider, a heavy extended barrel, a hand stop, a 20-point green laser, synthetic ammo, and a 30 bullet fast mag. If you don't need the hand stop, simply switch it for a flashlight. The optimal range for this build is up to 36 meters. Yes, you can fight at longer ranges, but that's not the purpose of this build, so I personally consider it a waste of time. With this build the UMG becomes more viable for CQB, but it will have the same problem as the PW7, extremely bad TK. And to negate that, you'll have to unleash all of your movement, map awareness and other crucial skills. If you predict your enemy and start shooting first, you'll negate that TK difference. As for the playstyle, it is suitable for hyper-aggressive pushing gameplay. You have to keep in mind that playing with the UMG in CQB will always keep you at a disadvantage, and the more you play with this build, the better you'll perform. And here we go for the third build, Balancer. This one is meant to optimize everything, and was created for players who don't want to try hard and aim for heads. For the side section, take what you want. Next we take a standard suppressor, the new violet laser, a slim angle grip, a light barrel, a 30 bullet fast mag, and an ADS flashlight. If you don't want to use a flashlight, switch it for a long suppressor to make the UMG even more stable. This build is strongly oriented towards making the UMG a laser gun with zero bloom. The optimal range for this build is actually anything, but I'd not advise trying to kill enemies at ranges longer than 100 meters. As for the playstyle, you can play however you want with it, but I would advise you to not be the first man going in. The good thing is, the body hitbox is approximately 13 times larger than the head hitbox, so it will be way easier to hit and perform. And moreover, we can simply spray a whole mag almost at any range, and it will hit your target. The UMG is a stable close to long range weapon. It is very accurate and can perform at any range. Yes, it has very bad TK, but if you use it in the right way, accuracy will negate that at least for a bit. For me personally, it is a bit slow, and I prefer higher rate of fire weapons. But that doesn't mean this weapon is unplayable. It can perform, and if you are skilled enough and using synthetic ammo, it can be a devastating monster. But of course, that's only my thoughts, and I'd like to know what you guys think about the UMG in the comment section down below. If you liked the video, press that like and subscribe buttons for future content. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.